Be up, guys. Be up, guys. Once again, I've got to start by apologising for the delay. Major apologies once again, guys. I've been meaning to get on. I wanted to get on earlier to do all this. Other things held me up, which delayed me, I'm afraid. Certain things going on. So I'm obviously delayed getting on here with this. It's a real shame. So I've got a lot to talk about, obviously, with the bees. Yeah, I really have got to talk about all this. A lot happened. A lot has happened since the start of the season, as we all know. But I will start with something else, though, that's quite sad that I found out today. Some sad news. And it's this, I'm afraid. I will share, obviously, the passing of another big character in snooker. We've lost this man today. Well, early this morning, John Virgo sadly passed away. One of the greats of snooker. A real entertainer, very, character from snooker that we don't have anymore in the game. A great guy, impressionist. Done a lot of, all the trick shots and everything. Famous for, of course, Big Break with Jim Davidson. Pot as many balls as you can, all that sort of thing. He was brilliant. Absolute character. Also a very good player, actually, at snooker. A lot of people think he was mainly like an entertainer, an impressionist, a joker. But he was actually still very good at it as well, especially those trick shots. It's really sad to lose another character from the world of sport. He was really great. He always seemed a really good bloke. I never met him, obviously, but a lot of people that had met him said he was great. He was amazing, funny, kind. Never said a really bad word about anyone. He was a sort of the earth character. Obviously Northern, of course, as well. But it's such a shame that we lose somebody like this again. I remember him growing up, through the 80s and so forth. Of course, not just the snooker. He was also a personality on telly, was on many other shows. Of course, mainly to do with snooker because that was his sport and that's what he excelled in with the obviously the trick shots, Big Break. Doing those impressions of his fellow snooker players. It is a real sad day. Apparently, he's found about 5 in the morning. We'll try and actually, I've got the article here that may shed some light on how he died. Yes, John Virgo snooker great guys at age of 79. World Snooker announced as players pay tributes to great character. John Virgo, the snooker legend, has died at the age of 79. Virgo's most notable victory was in the final of the 1979 UK Championship, where he defeated Terry Griffiths. Always remember Terry Griffiths as well, of course. He was also co-host of the Big Break television show. Former player and broadcaster John Virgo has died at the age of 79, World Snooker has announced. Virgo's most notable victory was in the final of the 1979 UK Championship, where he defeated Terry Griffiths. Other key career wins include the 1980 Bombay International, 1980 Pontins Professional, and the 1984 Professional Snooker League. Virgo enjoyed a long and storied playing career that included that UK Championship win, but he was perhaps best known for his work as a broadcaster. He was an established part of the BBC snooker coverage as a commentator, famous for his catchphrase of "Where's the cue ball going?" Well, I thought there was more than that, but yeah, I suppose you could say. It's more, I thought, more obviously pot as many balls as you can. From behind, not too hard. All that, all the usual. You've got the no dag waistcoat. Virgo became a household name with his role on the 1990s snooker show Big Break and was a regular on the exhibition circuit with his vast array of trick shots. Everyone at World Snooker Tour is deeply saddened to learn of the passing of legendary snooker player and broadcaster John Virgo, age 79. A WST statement read, "Our thoughts are with his family and loved ones. Rest in peace, JV." Jason Francis, chairman of World Senior Snooker, announced the heartbreaking news of Virgo's death in Spain in a post on the Snooker Legends account on X. JV was doing what he loved to do right up until the end, entertaining everyone. He said, such an important person in my life, in our sport in general. An amazingly loyal friend to me and someone you felt was sat with you at the match when he was commentating on TV. Hard to take this one. One great person who touched so many lives and loved the game. We will never forget you, bud. R.I.P. JV. Virgo spent 18 years as a professional and reached the World Championship semi-finals in 1979, where he also won the UK Championship. He retired in 1994 and was later inducted into the World Snooker Tour Hall of Fame for his success on the bays and his work as a broadcaster. The news of his death led to tributes from those he left an indelible mark on. Seven-time world champion Ronnie O'Sullivan wrote, "Finished my match to get the news that JV has passed away. Love to Rosie, Brooke and Gary. Such a great mate who I loved spending time with. Absolutely gutted." Four-time world champion Mark Selby posted on X, so sad to hear the news of the passing of John Virgo. Such a great guy and a huge character. He will be greatly missed, R.I.P. JV. Neil Robertson, who won the 2010 World Championship, said, "So sad to hear about the news of John Virgo's passing. He was a great character and an amazing pundit, commentator. I had the pleasure of sharing the booth with him during the World Championships a couple of years ago, in which I got a huge appreciation for how good he was." Yeah, it really is sad. I echo all that. That was, such a sad passing. This guy was a great character. He definitely was. Made people laugh. Great impressions of his fellow snooker players. And it's sad. It's an absolutely sad day. A big character of the game has gone again. It really is terrible because you don't get many like that anymore these days in snooker or in a lot of other sports even as well. There's not many like this guy, that were like him. He was a one-off, another amazing, entertainer. Likes to make fun of the sport and fun of other people in it, and laugh and joke and do impressions and everything, But he was a very good snooker player as well, so maybe didn't quite hit the heights of some of the other players of his generation. The likes of obviously Terry Griffiths, Dennis Taylor, Steve Davis. Who else? Willie Thorburn, not Willie Thorburn, Willie Thorne, sorry. Cliff Thorburn. That's who else I was thinking of was Cliff Thorburn, obviously. Kirk Stevens, etc. The list goes on, what's his name? Tony Knowles. There's so many great players around at that time. Alex Higgins, of course, was another. Ray Reardon. You know, there were so many at that time, and you know, he was just one of those that, you know, it's such a sad time, and our thoughts and wishes and respects go out to his family and friends at this sad time. You know, to all his friends and family, you know, R.I.P. to John. May you rest in peace, my friend. It really is sad. So we'll give at least just a minute silence just to go to mourn him, and then I'll get on with the rest of the stream. But cheers, guys. Anyway, guys, well, I'll move on after that sad news and on to the main stream that I'm doing here, saying about our season so far, the Bees, and we'll go through a few comments before I get onto it. Yeah, David Hutchinson, be up to you, David. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're all good. Can't wait for the match tonight. I hope we get something. You know, yeah, because of course you're in the Carabao Cup against City. I can't actually see you getting coming back. I could be wrong, but I hope they sort of take you to extra time or something, because then you'll be knackered, ready for Saturday when we play you, and you know possibly you won't be at your best, and we could beat you on Saturday, and that help us, you know, to win again after that great win against Villa. If we can do Newcastle as well, that'd be great. Yeah, because Man City weren't that good against Spurs in the second half on Sunday. Yeah, no, they weren't, and Spurs got a well-deserved 2-2, I think, draw in the end. So you could come back, but I don't know. I hope, you know, I just hope you go into extra time or something, so you can be knackered out, and you know you're concentrating on this more than playing us on Saturday, and then we can sort of like beat you again on Saturday. You know, do the double. We beat you 3-1 at home. We can beat you away as well. It'll be great. Be up to you, Harry. Hope you're well, bro. Hope you're all good. Good afternoon, Steve. Hope you're good, bro. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm cool, mate. Sad news today, seeing John Virgo pass away. My thoughts go to his friends and family. Exactly. That's from everyone. We echo that. This sad time. But yeah, thanks for coming in, bro. So getting on to this. Well, we all know that what happened at the start of our season. Us Bees fans, found this news out that Thomas Frank will be leaving, left to join Tottenham. And it was hard. It's very hard to take at the start of the season because of what he'd done for us. 9 years he had been at the Bees as manager. Joined in 2016, and he's been amazing. He was a great success. Didn't start too well, actually, with the Bees, but I will read this and you can find out for yourselves. It was very hard, this, at the time. We knew it was coming at some stage. He was never going to be there that much longer. I think he finally thought it was time to go. It was time to move on. And, of course, we didn't really want him to go, but it was obviously best for him at the end of the day. So I'll get into this. 12th of June, Frank leaves Brentford to join Tottenham as head coach. Thomas Frank has left Brentford to join fellow Premier League side Tottenham Hotspur as a new head coach after 9 years with the Bees. Assistant first team coach Justin Cochran, head of athletic performance Chris Haslam, and first team analyst Joe Newton are also joining Frank at Tottenham. Most of our backroom staff there went with him, of course, as it's mentioned there. Thomas Frank has left Brentford to take up the role of head coach at Tottenham Hotspurs. And actually, they're not doing as well as us, are they? They're down below us, in fact, 14th. So, there we go. Was that a good move, Thomas? I'm not so sure. Hey. In his 7 years as head coach with the Bees, Frank guided the club back into the top flight of English football before stabilising the West Londoners in the Premier League, providing some fantastic performances and memorable victories in that time. Assistant first team coach Justin Cochran, head of athletic performance Chris Haslam, and first team analyst Joe Newton are also joining Frank at Spurs. Brentford director of football Phil Giles said, "It has been a pleasure working alongside Thomas. From the moment he replaced Dean Smith, he understood what we were trying to build, and his wisdom, coaching ability and emotional intelligence have helped transform the club. There have been so many special moments with Thomas, and nobody will ever forget the day at Wembley. I certainly won't. In the playoff final, I was there. Or that emotional first Premier League game against Arsenal, which we won, of course, 2-0. Brilliant. But it's not just what you see on the pitch. He forged a special connection with our fans, helped develop and improve players, and was instrumental in implementing the culture that has seen Brentford go from strength to strength. However, just as when a player leaves, it provides an opportunity for someone else to come in and make their own impact. We will never forget Thomas, but now it is time to thank him and take the next steps in our journey with a new leader who we believe can be just as successful and influential." Frank first joined Brentford in December 2016 as assistant head coach. He replaced Dean Smith as head coach in 2018 before guiding the Bees to promotion from the Sky Bet Championships in 2021. Only the second man to lead the club in the top tier. Frank has the record for the most wins in his first 200 games in charge, 90. is also in third place for total wins as manager in club history. 132, only Malky McDonald, 163, and Harry Curtis, 306, have surpassed that mark. Everyone connected with Brentford would like to thank Thomas for the incredible impact he has had on the club's history. The club will be making no further comment until a successor has been appointed. Well, we know who that was, but won't go into that just yet. We'll be talking about the other departures, not just Thomas Frank departing, as we know. There are others. And a lot of people say, well, look, you got Mbeumo, Norgarrd, Wissa, but there was actually another one that left before them, in fact. And that was this guy, Mark Flecken. He was the first one to go, I believe. So, yeah. And so, yeah. So it's all right, guys. I'm just looking at something at the moment, just making sure. Yeah, before I go on, there's a few more comments here. Yeah, sorry, that was this guy that obviously left first. Yeah, so I'll go through a few comments, a few more. Jay Tapia, yeah, big up to you, my friend. Big up, Mr. B. Bees are buzzing and Frank sank with Spurs, exactly. At the moment, that is the case. Of course, big up to you, Warren, buddy. Hope you're well. Hi, Steve. Just messaged you on Insta about this video. Okay, just have a quick look. Hold on a minute. I'll have a quick look, mate, and then I'll be back. Yeah, cheers for that, Warren. Thanks for that, buddy. That's brilliant. Nice one. I'll sort that out after this, obviously. After I've done this stream. But yeah, so it was this guy that actually left first, believe it or not. And it was a good one, I think, that left out the door, Mark Flecken. Because he wasn't our best ever goalie, let's put it that way. And I was glad to see him go, to be quite honest with you. It was a great time that he left. Brilliant. I was happy that he left. He just wasn't up to it for us, nowhere near. And it was about time he left. He made so many mistakes, so many cock-ups. You know, he really he really just had to go. And, I'm glad he did. So that was great. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. I just, this was the best thing to happen, that we let this guy go. And of course, we had Kelleher, brought Kelleher in, a fantastic goalie, of course, as we all know. But I will talk about him in a few minutes, in a little while. I'll just obviously talking about departures first. Yeah, that's mainly what I'm doing to start with. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. It's all right, guys. Don't worry about this. And you think I'm obviously not saying a lot, but I'm looking at something else at the moment. So I'm just sort of keeping tabs on something else at the moment. So that's why I'm not obviously continued. So yeah. Yeah, so we'll go in. Obviously, we'll talk about Kelleher in a little while. But yeah, that was great. This guy left. He had to go, and he did. Thankfully, he went. Goalkeeper Mark Flecken completes a permanent transfer from Brentford to Bundesliga side Bayer Leverkusen. The Netherlands international joined the Bees in May 2023 and made 77 appearances, keeping 15 clean sheets. Director of football Phil Giles: Mark has done a great job for us and leaves with our thanks and support. But I've got to go on about all the other mistakes he made, though. Sorry, he did make a load. And, he just wasn't good enough for our club, for my club. Yeah, Warren, career suicide for Frank. Yeah. There you go. But he's gone. And we had to move on. Yeah, Flecken and Rawslef caused you an unbelievable amount of stress. Exactly. And I will be talking about Mr. Rawslef in a little while as well. But yeah, I'm glad that this guy went. He did make so many mistakes. It's unbelievable as well. People going on about all the stats, saying how many great saves he's made, all this stuff he's done in the game. But he never mentioned all the other shit he done as well in the game that really fucked us up. And, we can't forget that. He caused those mistakes in the first place, and that led to goals or whatever, And so he just wasn't good enough. He's done pretty well at Bayer Leverkusen by all accounts. I mean, which I am surprised about, to be honest. But yeah, please like the video and subscribe to this great channel. Yeah, thanks, Warren. Thanks for that, bro. But yeah, so really, all said and done, it was good. It was great for us and great for him that he went. And he's doing better at Bayer Leverkusen, so that's great. So we will go to the next departure. The next departure that was actually this guy as well. Another sort of surprise, you could say. Yes, another sort of surprise. And, you know, he'd been there a long time with us, you know, captain. So sorry, what? Not that's the wrong one, isn't it? Hold on a minute. Sorry, guys, this is not going too well. Yeah, sorry, this guy, Christian Norgarrd, went to Arsenal, and yeah, so yeah, sorry, it was this one. So Christian Norgarrd went to Arsenal. Hasn't really played a lot there either. But I thought you know, I really thought he was still a good player. We probably sold him at the right time in a way. Yeah, Flecken threw the ball into the net twice against Arteta FC last season. Yeah, he did, mate. Yeah, not great. But yeah, so Norgarrd went to Arsenal. You know, he was amazing for us all the time. He's probably went at the right time. What was he, 31, I believe. So it's possibly a good thing. But he was great when he was here. He was hardly ever had a bad game for us or done anything really bad for us, many mistakes. So I always think of him as a really good player for us, fine player. He just he hasn't really done it enough at Arsenal, but he hasn't been played enough. And I think recently, though, he actually played really well in a game. I think it was in Europe. That last game, he was against some other no-hopers or something in Europe. I can't even think of their name. But he was amazing. He looked great in the game. A great touch that he done or something through flick or something, back heel that set up a goal or something. Yeah, he set up, I think it was the first goal or something. So I thought that was probably the best I'd seen him since he came to Arsenal. Since he went to Arsenal. Although, as I say, he didn't exactly hasn't played a lot for Arsenal. So, but that's down to that fraud, isn't it? A fraud of a manager. Let's be honest. So. Yeah, Norgarrd makes Arsenal switch. Christian Norgarrd joins fellow Premier League side Arsenal on a permanent deal. The midfielder made 196 appearances for Brentford in all competitions, scoring 13 goals and captaining the Bees during his final 2 seasons at the club. Director of football Phil Giles, he has really earned the opportunity at one of England's biggest clubs for his performances and his personality. Yeah, no, as I say, I wasn't too happy that he went because I thought he was great. I thought he was amazing for us all the time he was here. But we probably sold him at the right time, as I've already mentioned. We probably did sell him at the right time. You know, maybe he was coming to the end of his time here and wasn't going to be as good as he was. And as I say, he hasn't played a lot for Arsenal. I mean, I suppose the thing you could say there, he will be sure of maybe winning something. Because here we're not, you know, can't promise him anything to win anything. So, I mean, if he does want to leave Arsenal, maybe we would take him back. I think it's possible we would. So yeah, why not? He is younger than Henderson as well. Let's be honest. So he'd still be quite good for us, I think. But I suppose I'm not too worried in a way. I think the next one was the worst for me. Was really hard to take. And that was this guy. Yeah, this was the worst one for me. Brian Mbeumo going, especially to Man United. And we haggled for a big price, of course, a really good price of 65 mil. And United didn't want to pay it, to start with. We had to force them. We had to get them to pay what we wanted for this guy. And, a fantastic goal scorer. I think finished with, 20-odd goals in his last season. Yeah, so incredible. But we had to haggle. We had to get United to pay that price, that 65 mil. And we got it eventually. We got it off them. And it was well deserved, because I think probably we could have asked for more. We could have really held them to ransom and said, look, pay us at least 90 odd million, even 100 nearly, because this guy was worth it. He's superb. What he done for us. In front of great partnership with Wissa, and I'm not going to be too complimentary about Wissa in the end, but they struck up a magnificent partnership, probably a friendship as well at the B. So this was a real heartbreak for us, a real low blow, gut wrencher that this man left. I think he was amazing. He was superb, and obviously, I think as many have mentioned, of course, Warren, you've mentioned that because losing Thomas Frank, it was possible he went, but I think he was always going to go as well. I think even if Frank didn't go, he may have went, because he just wanted to go to Man United. That was his childhood team, his boyhood team, Man United. And I suppose whatever you say about United at the moment, when they come calling, you still want to go there, because they're still giants of the game. No matter how badly they're doing, they're still a massive club. But, for me, I was so sad that he went. I think he was amazing, one of our greatest players to play here. 21st of July, this one was. Mbeumo joins Manchester United in club record sale. Brian Mbeumo has completed a move to fellow Premier League Manchester United in a deal that marks his biggest sale in Brentford's history. Mbeumo leaves as the Bees' 13th all-time league goalscorer after scoring 70 goals in 242 games. Brentford director of football Phil Giles, there is always the right time for a player to move on, and for Brian, that time is now. He has the opportunity to go to one of the biggest clubs in the world, and we are very happy for him. So, yeah, it doesn't really, it hasn't said that here, but it was 65. 65 million. He played 35 in the club's first season in top flight. Mbeumo played 35 Premier League games in 21-22, registering 11 goal contributions. Then in 22-23, he featured in every one of Brentford's league games, contributing greatly to a ninth place finish. The forward was then named in the Cameroon squad for the 2022 World Cup, where he started all three of their Group G matches. Originally moved to England in August 2019, 2 days shy of his 20th birthday, to join Brentford on a 5-year contract during the final season at Griffin Park. He enjoyed a storming first season in England, scoring 16 goals and providing 8 assists as he made up 1/3 of the fabled BMW front three, which comprised of Said Benrahma, Mbeumo and Ollie Watkins, of course. Both Watkins and Benrahma left for pastures new after the Bees lost the Championship playoff final at Wembley in 2020. But Mbeumo remained and played a key role in promotion to the Premier League at the second time of asking, with 8 league goals and 12 assists. Mbeumo made a typically impressive start to the 23-24 term, with 7 goals and 3 assists by the start of December, before an ankle injury that required surgery kept him out of action until the middle of March. He returned to the starting lineup in April 2024, scoring 2 goals and assisting 3 more across the final 7 games. During the 24-25 season, Mbeumo hit new heights, scoring 20 Premier League goals, becoming just the second player to do so after Ivan Toney, and registering 8 assists. He also won the club's Goal of the Season award for his volley against Tottenham Hotspur, which came after just 30 seconds. Yeah, brilliant, amazing. So, unfortunately, he left for pastures new with Man United. And so, obviously, talk about Wissa in a minute. But then actually this man was mentioned, was announced as new manager for the Bees. And that was obviously Brentford appoint Keith Andrews as head coach, who's actually, of course, our set-piece coach at the time. Of course, a lot of others were mentioned. Of course, Big Ange was one of the names mentioned before we brought him in. But, we decided on this guy. And, yeah, I will go into that. Obviously, when he came in, and talk about how he's done. Well, obviously that'll be a bit later on. So this was 27th June. Brentford appoint Keith Andrews as head coach. Keith Andrews appointed Brentford head coach. The 44-year-old has been part of the Bees' first team coaching staff since July 2024. Director of football Phil Giles. Keith is a very good fit. He is clear in what he wants. He's detailed, and the players and staff like and respect him. Brentford are delighted to announce the appointment of Keith Andrews as head coach. Andrews takes on the role having been part of the Bees' first team coaching staff since July 2024. Keith is a very good fit, said Director of Football Phil Giles. He gets on with everyone. He's very open and he's a learner. Keith is clear in what he wants, he's detailed, and the players and staff like and respect him. He understands the players in the building and the way we played and trained under Thomas Frank. Keith will bring his own evolution, but isn't starting from scratch, so hopefully we can make some quick progress. He's a very good coach and has clear ideas about how he wants the team to improve. We were looking for somebody not just to maintain what we've been doing, but actually try and get better. Assistant first team coach Justin Cochran, head of athletic performance Chris Haslam, and first team analyst Joe Newton joined Frank at Tottenham Hotspur. On these vacancies, Giles added, there's been a lot of work going into what the team around Keith looks like. How do we take what he had last year and get better? The process is ongoing. We have to look at a blend of skills and experience. It's an exciting project to have these roles open together. We'll build build it over time and learn about strengths and weaknesses. We'll build it step by step and get the right balance. Andrews joined Brentford as set-piece coach in July 2024, departing Sheffield United where he had been part of the coaching setup under Chris Wilder. Prior to that, the 44-year-old was assistant manager to Stephen Kenny during the Dubliners' 3-year spell as Republic of Ireland boss, 2020-23, and served as MK Dons assistant manager for the 2015-16 championship campaign. A midfielder, Andrews, as a midfielder, Andrews represented the likes of Wolverhampton Wanderers, Hull City, MK Dons, and Blackburn Rovers during a 16-year playing career which began in 1999. Andrews earned 35 caps for Republic of Ireland and featured at UEFA Euro 2012. Yeah, so we didn't really expect this as such. Nobody really thought of him as being manager. Promoted from within. We always thought it seemed to work. It seems to work out. Maybe it has been a good one. In some respects, maybe it has, but sometimes it hasn't. There's always plus and minuses here, and obviously, as we know, he's been inconsistent. And that's the problem at the moment. But, you've got to give him at least this season now, and we'll see what happens. But at the time, I was shocked. Nobody would have put him as manager here. Nobody would have thought of him. He's just a set-piece coach. And he had some little experience of, sort of assistant coach maybe, or minor managerial roles possibly, but no major experience. So, as we know, it is a gamble. It was a gamble. And, so far, it's actually not been too bad, though, when we think about it, what could have happened. And, of course, the season didn't start too well, but we'll go into that in a little while. So we'll go on to the next departure. Obviously, before, well, I don't know, we actually made I think we made a new signing, yeah. Let's go on to this first, actually. We did make a new signing before this. So let's go on to that. And we all know this guy, Jordan Henderson. Brentford confirmed signing of Jordan Henderson. I didn't really think of and want at the time. It was somebody who I never thought we would get, or I thought he was finished. I thought he was like 35 years old. He'd be coming back to retire somewhere, a lower club or whatever else, or something like that. And I thought, oh no, why we signed this guy? Why we signed him? And for a while, I thought I did sort of think that until the actual start of the season, and then I changed my mind because of what he done. What he's done for us. I was shocked that he was actually very good. I really didn't think he was going to be this good still. I thought he was finished. I really did. But actually, he's done very well for us. And as I say, I keep saying I still don't think he should be playing for England. They need that opportunity for someone else, younger player, to come in. But he's still there. Thomas Tuchel loves him, obviously, and likes him and still wants him to play. And that's it. So, anyway, right, so I'll just read this. Right. Yes, Brentford confirmed signing of Jordan Henderson. Brentford complete the signing of Jordan Henderson, with the England international joining the club on a free transfer. So we paid nothing for him either, which was pretty good. Obviously, we're paying his wages, so that's fair enough. After departing Ajax this summer, Henderson returns to England after leaving Liverpool in 2023. Having won the Premier League, Champions League, FA Cup, Community Shield, Super Cup, Club World Cup and 2 League Cups with the Reds. So, you know, we've got somebody that's won loads, won nearly everything in their career, in a playing career. That's amazing. And that's what gets you, that gets you that experience of a winner. And he's proved it here. He's been amazing for us. He's 36 now. I didn't think this was going to be the best signing. I mean, to be honest, it's supposed to be a replacement for Norgarrd. Could you say he was? I mean, I suppose he is. I mean, he's done an incredible job. As I say, I didn't really want him to begin with, but now I've changed my tune about it, and I believe he's a very good player. And I hope he's going to stay he's going to be here at least one more for this season, possibly one more. Who knows, to be playing, and then we'll probably go for a coaching role or something. Go to the backroom staff or whatever for a role behind in the background, a minor role possibly. But for now, he's been amazing. And I think it's great, he's been incredible for us. So, so let's go to get to the next one, which was actually, it's actually, I think this was, he was actually here before Henderson, and that's Quiven Kelleher. I may have gone in a bit, not slightly in the right order here, but yes, I think this guy joined before Henderson, but considering how far I'm going back with all this, it's I'm doing well to get to cover all this really, and but yeah, we signed Quiven Kelleher from Liverpool. Great replacement for Flecken, a proper goalkeeper for a change, He was pretty much a number 2 behind Alisson, as we all know, at Liverpool. But he's come into his own. He's proved what a top goalkeeper he is. He's been incredible. And I think it's great. I think it's amazing for us. And we've actually got a really decent keeper, a really quality keeper now. And even though at times I thought he started badly, but got better as time gone on. As it's gone on, he still made some mistakes, of course. I don't think he covered himself in glory against Villa recently either, with that save that he just pushed it straight back to Tammy Abraham to put it in. He should have done better, should have pushed it past the post, but anyway, we won't go into all that. But still, this guy was quality, absolute quality. I'm glad we got him in. Brentford signed Quiven Kelleher from Liverpool. Brentford signed goalkeeper Kieran Keller from Liverpool on a permanent deal. The Republic of Ireland internationals pens 5-year contract with club option of an additional year. Director of football Phil Giles. I've rarely met a player for whom everybody has such positive words to say about his personality and character. So that says it all. What a fine man he is, and a great goalkeeper, great player. Brentford has signed goalkeeper Kieran Keller from Liverpool on a permanent deal. The Republic of Ireland international has penned a 5-year contract. The club has an option to extend his stay by a further 12 months. Kelleher, a 2-time Premier League winner, departs Arne Slot's side, having made 67 appearances across all competitions, keeping 24 clean sheets, which is pretty good, let's be honest. It's 67 appearances, so it could have been more, but of course he was behind Henderson, as we all know what a goalkeeper he is, of course. So, and it said here, Director of Football Phil Giles said, "I'm very pleased to welcome Kieran to Brentford. We have scouted him in the past and were aware that he had a year to go on his contract with Liverpool this summer. When Mark Flecken had the opportunity to move to Bayern Leverkusen, we immediately thought about Queven as his replacement. And I'm glad they did. I think he was amazing. I really do. I think he's class. As I say, he has still made some mistakes, but not as many as Flecken in a way, and he's top quality. And he's had to come from behind Addison's shadow. He's come from behind him for so long, being behind him as number 2. So he's now coming into his own as a proper goalkeeper. But anyway, we'll move on to another new signing, in fact. And what's an incredible signing this has been as well, I think. He hasn't had a full season yet. This is his first full season for us, but we signed Dango Ouattara. 16th of August, Brentford signed Dango Ouattara for club record fee. And he's been worth that, by all accounts. He's been amazing. He's still got a way to go. It's his first season. He's only scored, I think, 4 or 5 at least at the moment. Hasn't got loads. Of course, he got that decisive goal against Villa. Important goal there. So, and he's quality. This guy's quality. We could see it at Bournemouth. I mean, what a great thing to do, and sick enough for Bournemouth to get. We bought this player from there, and we all know what I think of Bournemouth and their so-called fans of experts, apparently experts, professionals, know what they're talking about, which they don't. And Brentford signed Dango Ouattara for club record fee. Brentford signed Dango Ouattara from fellow Premier League side Bournemouth. Stuck on that, Bournemouth. Yeah. What about you lads? Up the cherries. Yeah. What do you think, eh? Oh, yeah. You want to give your expert opinions? Yeah. Right. Okay. Anyway, for a club record fee, the forward scored 9 goals and registered 9 assists in the club in the top flight after joining the Cherries in 2023. Brentford have completed the signing of Dango Ouattara from fellow Premier League side Bournemouth for a club record fee. The forward has signed a 5-year contract with a club option of an additional year, which we seem to do now. In most of our deals, we put that option in now of an additional year. So that always seems to be in the contracts now. The 23-year-old recorded 18 goal contributions in 81 top-flight games for the Cherries. So that's how good he is. That's how good. Having joined in January 2023. Yeah. We liked his Premier League experience. This is Keith Andrews saying all this, even at his young age. And he just hasn't found the rhythm yet because of a lack of consistent game time, which is right. He didn't have a lot of game time at Bournemouth. And something he'll have more here, I think. He has had more game time here. So, and Phil Giles, Brentford Director of Football, added, having sold Brian Mbeumo, we have been looking to add an attacking player to the squad. And we think Dango is the perfect addition. We also have players such as Aaron Hickey, Rico Henry and Igor Thiago, who are fit and ready, and also players such as Frank Onyeka, who of course now has gone to Coventry on loan, who have benefited from a loan last season. So I think the squad is looking very strong. And he's turned out to be a very good signing, I think. I really do. I really do think he's a good signing for us. He adds more going forward, got a fair amount of pace, trickery, and he knows where the goal is. He, as I say, scored that goal against Villa, important goal. So yeah, a fine signing, amazing signing for us, but an even better departure, an even better selling here of a player. And that's this man. So we got a great player in, and we sold a shit player that was no good. That again wasn't up to it for us. And he switched to the stripes of the bees, red and white stripes, and the bees to red and white of Southampton. And I was so happy about this. You know, that was a real bonus for us. We got rid of Flecken, and now we managed to get rid of this guy as well, which is even better. So this is 21st of August. Rawsleff joined Southampton. Mads Rawsleff has left Brentford after 6 years at the club. 6 years too many, let's be honest. Joining Sky Bet Championship side Southampton in the permanent deal. The right back initially signed for the B team, but went on to make 146 appearances for the first team, with 94 of those coming in the Premier League. Hold on a minute, guys. I've just got to sort something out. I'll be back very soon. There's just something I've got to deal with. I'll be back soon, okay? Yeah, sorry guys. Just other things going on at the moment. I'm trying to get this sorted out, and I'm having other shit going on. But anyway, yeah. So speaking of shit, we got rid of him, Rorsleff. So that was brilliant. Yeah, Rorsleff joined Southampton. Mads Rorsleff has left Brentford after 6 years. As I say, 6 years too many. Let's be honest. 6 years at the club, joining Sky Bet Championship side Southampton in a permanent deal. The right back initially signed for the B team, but went on to make 146 appearances for the first team. I don't know how. With 94 of those coming in the Premier League. How the fuck did we keep him here so long and had those many appearances? I really do not get it. Yeah, I didn't do that, Warren. No, that's something else I had to sort out, basically. So no, I didn't do that, mate. But anyway, yeah. So this was somebody we had to get rid of, along with Flecken, and I'm glad we did. The right back initially signed for the Brentford B team in 2019. Before going on to make 146 appearances for the first team. Why did anyone think this guy was any good and was good enough to play? And I think he's sort of pretty much been found out at Southampton now as well. I think even they have stopped playing him and not playing him anymore at the moment. So just shows how bad he is. That even Southampton won't play him now. But good luck to the guy anyway, at least. I hope he finds somewhere. I hope he gets somewhere that's good for him. He certainly wasn't with us, not in the Premier, I'm afraid. But let's get on to the real nasty one, I think. The real one that's left a bitter taste in my mouth and in a lot of Brentford fans' mouths, I think. And that's this one. This guy. This low-life piece of shit. I'm afraid. I'm afraid he is a low-life piece of shit in my estimation. What he done kicked up a major fuss and a load of shit to get out of this team. We gave him a great chance here with this team, with us, for so long, when nobody else probably wanted to get him, wanted to sign him. We took him in here and gave him enough chances and enough time. And yes, he got a massive partnership, fantastic partnership with Brian Mbeumo. But it's how he's left the club. One great player left respectfully in Brian Mbeumo. He respected us, done it the right way. This guy did not. He left with a bad smell, I'm afraid. And I'll never be happy about this guy if he's playing against us, which he probably will be soon for Newcastle. And I think we should boo him. Unfortunately, he wasn't playing when they played here at the G-Tech. He wasn't in the team because we would have really booed him. We would have had it in for him big time. I appreciate what he did with the goals. Great partnership with Mbeumo. But the way he left in that sort of storm and way of disrespectful way to the club, it'll never be good. I'll never think of him fondly that way. That the way he did things, the way he conducted himself to get that move was not right. It was not right, and I hated him for that. It's horrible. It's terrible what he did, and kicked up a fuss, wouldn't do training, wouldn't join the training. Yes, he came back to training eventually, but he never played a game after that. I think he was more on the bench mostly for 1 or 2 games. So, the season had started before we could even get rid of him, basically. And, it's left a bit of taste in the mouth, a bad smell. I really hated it. I just couldn't stand it. And, so, not happy. And the way he did things was out of order. I'm sure he realises that, hopefully, now. I hope he does. I hope he has some regret on how he done things, how he conducted himself. Because not a lot of our fans actually do. I think that's something we're joined with, and we're all as one, us Brentford fans, that this guy was a wrong 'un for what he done, despite scoring a lot of goals for us. And he did score a lot of goals for us. There's no doubt he did, and he was great, fantastic, big partnership. Over 20 or 25 goals or something he scored in the end, but he'll still be known for that, I'm afraid. He'll be known for what he's done wrong at the end. Yes, Wissa joins Newcastle United. Johan Wissa makes permanent switch to Newcastle United. The forward scored 49 goals in 149 appearances for Brentford. Nothing to be sniffed at, of course. But it's just what he done at the end of it. You can't forget that. Johan Wissa has joined Newcastle United for an undisclosed fee. The forward signed from French club Lorient in August 2021 and scored 49 goals in 149 appearances for Brentford. In his first season, Wissa scored 10 goals in all competitions and then added another 7 in 22-23. Wissa missed part of the 23-24 campaign at the Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON, basically, with DR Congo, where his nation were beaten by South Africa on penalties in the third place playoff. But hit his best patch of form in a Brentford shirt on his return. Wissa ended that season with a run of 8 goals and 2 assists in 15 games, helping him to become the Bees' top scorer. During the 24-25 campaign, Wissa became the club's record Premier League goal scorer, 45. There you go. Surpassing Ivan Toney's previous record of 36. He ended the season with 19 top-flight goals. Well, there you go, it was 19. I thought it was over that, but it wasn't. It was 19, but it's still amazing, incredible. But, as I say, how he's left the club, the way he's done it, no. A legend for the goals, but as a man and what he's done, no. I'm afraid we will not think fondly of him because of this. Brian and Mbeumo will still be respected. We'll cheer him and love him for the magnificent player he was for us and the way he conducted himself when he wanted to leave. But this guy, no, I'm sorry. What he did was wrong. And, at the end of the day, I'm glad he's gone now. I'm actually fucking glad he's gone. Got so many players now that want to play for us and don't want to kick up the fuss and throw their dummy out and chuck their dummy out and toys out the pram, So sorry. So good riddance to the guy, I'm afraid. Good riddance. And but anyway, forgetting all that, that's what happened before the start of the season. That's all the things, the drama. So we started off with our first game in the Premier under Keith Andrews, and it was not a good start. Let's be honest, it wasn't a good start. Losing 3-1 to Forest. Losing to Forest turned out to be something we couldn't get out of by the looks of it. But, you know, this was not great. We started terrible. We caught cold. We didn't start well that first half. We were absolutely terrible, not great. And we were 2-0 down pretty quickly. You know, Chris Wood, he was actually playing then as well still. Of course, this was Sunday, 17th of August, 2025 at the City Ground. Yes, Chris Wood, 5th minute, made it 1-0. Then Ndoye made it 2-0 on 42nd. And then Wood got his second in the 48th minute. So 3-0 down at half time. That's how bad it was. That's how terrible that start was. Absolutely disgraceful. Pathetic. That was not a great start under Andrews, you know, to a new season. It was poor. We got a bit better in the second half, I think. We sort of, but, you know, being 3-0 down, we were never going to come back, really. That was a terrible start, the worst possible start we could have. But positive, a goal from Igor Thiago, who had been out for the whole season before with that terrible injury. You know, obviously the replacement for Tony, he was supposed to be. We didn't see as much of him as we wanted to. Look, the previous season, we had him for the friendlies, and he was going well there. He was scoring lots of goals there, I think, in most of the friendlies. But got injured in one of those, and we didn't see much of him since. He played maybe, 2 or 3 games the previous season. He was still recovering, and he got injured again. The injury hadn't gone properly. So again, he was out for the full season, really. But here he scored a penalty in the, was it 78th? So, yeah. That was consolation, of course. But that was the positive, that it was Igor Thiago getting his first goal for us. And something to be happy about. And I don't know who this is. Some idiot by the looks of it saying fuck. And I don't know. That's not a great comment, to be honest. I don't know what you mean by that. And I think I'm going to have to time you out, my friend, or I don't know what you were talking about there, just saying that word. Right, let's get him sorted out here. And got I think I'm going to ban you then, by the looks of it. I mean, just saying fuck. I mean, yeah. You're gone, my friend. You're booted. You're fucked. You're out of it. Whoever the fuck you were, you've gone, thankfully. Warren, I don't know if you're still in there, buddy, in the live chat, but if I get anyone like that again, please sort them out for me, mate. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He just said fuck, and I thought, well, what sort of a comment is that, really? Anyway, so yes, a terrible start, 3-1. But then we, kind of turn it around, which we did, really, with a 1-0 win at the G-Tech against Aston Villa. Yes, on Saturday, 23rd of August, 2025, Premier League G-Tech Community Stadium. Bees 1, Villa 0. The start of the 3 games beating of Villa. That was the start of it. Who'd have thought we'd be doing well against Aston Villa? We've been poor. We hadn't really beaten them much, hadn't really done well against them, to be honest. This was great for us to come back after that terrible start away at Forest. So we come back home to the G-Tech and beat Villa 1-0. Brilliant. Of course, Dango Watara with a debut goal in the 12th minute. And he looked great. He looked really good. And it was a great start for him. And for, great start for us being at home. First game at home of the season. And really good. Maybe Villa weren't quite at it, let's be honest. They possibly weren't. But who cares? We won't take that away from this win. That Villa weren't quite at the races. And of course they struggled. They were down near the bottom at one stage. They were sort of flirting with the relegation zone early on. They was in it for a while actually as well. But let's not take it away from this. That was a fine win to beat Villa 1-0 at home. And that was good. So I can't say more than that. I think we were really good there. And a clean sheet for Kelleher, his first clean sheet, which is even better for him. And we move on to an even better win, which I enjoyed, in the Carabao Cup, knocking out Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. Very, very happy with this one, guys. Very, very happy. On Tuesday, 26th of August, 2025, the Carabao Cup, the Vitality Stadium in Bournemouth. We beat Bournemouth 2-0. Yay! Yes, come on. You experts, you professionals, Bournemouth, you fans, come on. What have you got now? Yes, Bournemouth 0, Bees 2. Brilliant. And what can I say? I loved it. Famously, the Bournemouth fans said we would be in relegation trouble. These so-called experts, professionals, said the Bees would be struggling and will probably go down from the Premier to the Championship. And then we go and fucking knock the cunts out of the Carabao Cup. Excuse the language, but it's true. That's what I thought. I had no respect for them. Yes, maybe they weren't the only ones saying it. There probably was others. But coming from Bournemouth, a team that is similar to us in a way, that lose their best players and still come back and still get new players in, still get good quality in and still do well and go up the league and that, to hear it from them, I think was terrible, was disgraceful. I have no respect for them whatsoever because of that. And, to beat them, and we've done it twice so far again. We beat them again in the league, of course, in the Premier. to keep doing that against this lot, and they still keep saying, well, we're going to struggle and we're going to go down. A lot of that is hate for us. They hate us. And that's why they keep saying that. They keep putting the boot in and saying, oh, we're going to go down. But no, we're not. We're not. Anyway, so Tuesday, 26th of August, 2025 Carabao Cup, Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth 0, Brentford 2, Fabio Carvalho, which we won't see anymore for a long time, ACL injury and probably leaving as well. But while he was here at certain times this season, he's done fairly well. And he scored in the 34th minute. And Igor Thiago with yet another one in the 65th. So very good start from Igor Thiago. Let's put it that way. It's really good from him. He scored in another game. Yes, it's Carabao Cup, but it doesn't matter where you score. And that put us through, of course. And they had a player sent off in the 91st minute. Which didn't matter anyway. I think we were doing well against 11 men, let alone 10. So, it was Araujo was sent off in the 91st minute. And then we moved on to another away game against Sunderland, who were going really well and are going well in the Premier, let's be honest still. Stadium alight. Unfortunately, we lost 2-1. I thought we should have got something from this game. This was Saturday the 30th of August. Unfortunately, we lost it 2-1 from being 1-0 up, of course, as well. We were 1-0 up in this game. And had a few other chances, let's be honest. We probably could have had, we had another penalty, of course, which was a terrible penalty from Kevin Charder. Why he took it, I still don't know. I still don't know to this day why he took that penalty. I think Thiago should have taken that. Why didn't he? He'd already scored one in this game. Put us 1-0 up in the 77th minute. He should have took the penalty as well. It would have been a different story. And I think, I know I got some stick after that from Sunderland fans and other people saying, well, no, Sunderland were actually the better team. They seem to do the better things. But look at that, right? We were actually 1-0 up and we could have been 2-0 up with a penalty. So what does it say there that Sunderland were the better team? Yes, because they won in the end 2-1. But for another reason, we didn't take our chances. We didn't finish it off. And also, Keller made a bit of a cock-up with one of them goals. So, with the second goal, really. Yes, Thiago, fine header, 77th minute, brilliant goal, great cross, great header. And we were 1-0 up, going really well. But Sunderland, as I say, got back into it, penalty, Lafay in the 82nd minute. And then Isidore, of course, with that second goal, the header, which was not great from Keller's perspective. Let it go through his hands into the goal, the header, in the 96th minute. Not great, was it? And they beat us 2-1 in injury time. So I think we deserved something out of this game. I really did. That was a real shame and that we missed out on something there. I thought we should have got it. But as we know, we got our revenge in the end. And I will go on to that one later. We beat them in the end, but in the next game. But yes, that was not good. So that was August finished. And then we went into September, of course, and had Chelsea at the GTEC. A fairly high-scoring game, 4 goals in the game, of course. Saturday the 13th of September, 2025, Premier League. Brentford 2, Chelsea 2. Yeah, and again, famously, we got a late equaliser here, as we all know. And we were also 1-0 up in this game through Kevin Charder. Yeah, so Saturday the 13th. So the 13th of September, we was, into the second month of the season already. Yeah, so Charder put us 1-0 up in the 35th. Palmer equalised, unfortunately, for them. They equalised for them in the 61st minute for Chelsea, and then Caicedo put them 2-1 up in the 85th. And again, here I thought we probably, for most of the game, we were probably the better team in a way. I think we were very good at times. Yes, we had to defend well on a few good few occasions, but possibly we could have won the game. But we ended up with a 2-2, and that was mainly through Fabio Carvalho in the 93rd minute because of a long throw as well from Coyote, which featured a lot for us, of course, in long throws. And it came to our rescue there. Great long throw. Somehow evaded a lot of players in the area, Chelsea players, and it came to Carvalho with a cool finish. Good finish inside the area. We finished at 2-2 and a point. So, not too bad, really. I think we should have won it, but there you go. We got a point out of it. That's the main thing. And then, of course, back to playing Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup at home. Tuesday, 16th of February, 2025, Carabao Cup at GTEC. And, what a great game this was as well. Entertaining game. And a scruffy goal, a poor goal to concede, and then a worldy goal for one of our players. So, so Aston Villa went 1-0 up through Harvey Elliott, who I always think has been a great player, fine player at Liverpool. Apparently, Emery didn't really want him. They signed him. He put them 1-0 up in the 43rd. And it weren't the greatest, let's be honest. Valdemarson was in goal, of course. He famously let the goal in, dribbler, little tiddler goal. It weren't much, not enough power. Somehow he let it go in, and I just don't know how. It was not great from Valdemarson, who I think he's pretty good. I rate the guy. He's going to be our FA Cup goalie, of course. No doubt. But yes, didn't cover himself in glory with that one. So, yeah, not great. And we were 1-0 down in the 43rd. And then in the second half, absolutely worldy, incredible goal volley from Aaron Hickey in the 57th minute. And you don't get many goals, but that was incredible. What a goal volley inside the penalty area, worldy goal into the top corner. Fantastic goal, amazing. And that was some goal, incredible goal. But it wasn't enough. We couldn't get any more after that. It went to penalties. But we won 4-2 on penalties. So, all was good at the end of the day. And so we beat Villa yet again. The second win against Aston Villa in as many days, We beat them again. Right, so let's go to Not a great one. Not a great one. In the East London, West London derby, I should say. Not great. Losing to Fulham 3-1. Yes, Saturday, 20th of September, Premier League, Craven Cottage. Fulham 3, Bees 1. This was not good. This was not good, guys. This was a terrible result. Again, I don't think we were that great. Just something wasn't good. There's something lacking again. Away. Our away form wasn't great, let's be honest. That last year, at times, I think we'd only won 2 away last season, I believe. So that wasn't great. Yeah. Iwobi. Well, actually, in fact, we were 1-0 up, of course, through Damsgaard in the 20th minute. We were 1-0 up, believe it or not. But at the end of the day, we conceded 3. So it wasn't good, was it? Iwobi, 38th. And our arch nemesis, Harry Wilson, scoring yet again in the 40th minute. Damn that man. I hate him with a passion. Come back to haunt us yet again, Harry Wilson. Always scores against the Bees. No, not great, is it? 40th minute, and of course Pinnock added an own goal in the 50th minute, which made it even worse. So, again, pretty poor. Terrible. After we were 1-0 up. Oh, well, that wasn't great. So a bit of a mixed season at that stage for us, very mixed. But yeah, not happy losing to Fulham. Never are. Always like to get one up on them, but unfortunately, that wasn't to be. But then we came back to the G-Tech and the famous win against Man United. Yes, we're struggling. Let's face it. They were in a poor way. They had Amorim, of course, as manager. So not that great, were they? But who cares? We beat them. Fine win, 3-1. Saturday, 27th of September, 2025 Premier League G-Tech Community Stadium. So yeah, we beat them. What more can you say? Thiago with 2. Brilliant. I thought he was amazing in this game, Thiago. He was superb. Great goal in the 8th minute. A volley from outside the area, a fair way out. Hit it first time. Great ball over the top from Henderson, of course. Superb pass and great finish from Thiago in the 8th minute. And then he made it 2 in the 20th. Inside the penalty area, just an easy finish this time, side foot into the goal from a low cross. And then they actually pulled it back to 2-1, Man United, and that was before, that was in the 26th minute. And old Sesko, he wanted a debut goal. He wanted his first ever goal for Man United. Look, it's Brentford. You'll get it there. And that's what happened. 2-1 in the 26th minute there. So they were back in it, which they didn't deserve to be, I didn't think. I thought we were a better team. I really did. And somehow they got a goal. But it was finished off. Matthias Jensen in the 95th minute in the second half. Injury time put the game to bed totally at 3-1. And a fantastic win, awesome win for the Bees over Man United. Which we all love. We always love. to see that. And that finished September, rounded September off. But unfortunately, on Sunday, the 5th of October, at the G-Tech again, we lost to the other side at Manchester, unfortunately. After beating United 3-1, we lost to City 1-0. Sunday, the 5th of October 2025, Premier League G-Tech Community Stadium. Bees 0, Man City 1. Yes, only 1-0, but we weren't good. I didn't think we were at our best at all. We didn't defend well against Haaland. We let him score. Defending was terrible. We were weak, and Haaland scored, and he deserved it in the 9th minute. We didn't do enough in that first half. We were poor. We got back. We fought back a bit in the second half, but still not good enough. Never really looked like scoring. That was disappointing for me. Yes, we beat Man United, but we couldn't beat Man City. And we know in the past we had beaten them. That time, I think it was it 22-23 season or 21-22? They'd won the Premier, of course. They were Premiership holders. And we beat them. I think we were the only team to beat them twice in the Premier. Nobody else had beaten them. We done the double over them twice. So, amazing. But this wasn't good enough. We lost 1-0. Our first defeat at the G-Tech of the season. So, not great. And then, obviously, we did beat West Ham. We went to the London Stadium, Monday 20th of October, 2025, and beat them. Beat West Ham. 2-0 should have been, 7 or 8 maybe. Because let's face it, we were all over them. We were all over West Ham. Only 2-0 in the end. But of course, Igor Thiago scored yet again. Probably could have had a hat-trick in the game, let's be honest. Had some great chances, should have been more. Igor Thiago 43rd, Matthias Jensen 95th. And that was a dominant victory. West Ham were poor, they done nothing. But who cares? We won the game. That's all that matters. Just should have been more goals. We didn't have our goal scoring boots on, unfortunately. We just didn't. So, and then an even better, bigger win, you could say, over Liverpool. Yes, they were a bit poor. This hadn't been great. They'd somehow got lucky wins, been winning, luckily, by the odd goal, 1-0, or just somehow got an extra goal in games to somehow win a game. They were so lucky, I thought, but we beat them. Saturday, 25th of October, 2025, Premier League G-Tech Community Stadium. Bees 3, Liverpool 2. Ratara turned up with another goal, 5th minute, brilliant. Kevin Sharda made it 2-0. Brilliant, 2-0 up against Liverpool. Brilliant. Although, obviously, Liverpool mounted a bit of a comeback in that first half, 2-1. Kirkes in the 50th, I think it was 50th minute, yeah. Yeah, 50th minute of injury time. So 2-1. We sort of lost concentration. This was when the referee played so much time added on. We don't know how and why he played it. And then, of course, he still didn't blow the whistle. It's almost like he wanted Liverpool to score. A shit ref. And I'm not even going to try and remember who it was, to be honest. Although let's have a look. I'm going to go back. I'm going to name and shame this referee. He wouldn't blow the whistle. He just kept going, and they made it 2-1. before half time. And that, really, yes, we lost concentration, but we did think the whistle would go sooner than it did. And the ref just played more time, added on. No, it was terrible. I really want to find this guy's name. If I want to try and get this referee's name. They must have. I just really want to. The referee, yeah, but what's his name? He was an absolute bad end, wanker of a ref, bald. And there are a few bald ones, aren't there, around that are shit. Anthony Taylor being one. Come on. Where the fuck is this goalie? Referee. Referee. Where the fuck is he? Let's see. Come on. Where does it say? It's got to say where this fucking referee is. Absolute arsehole referee. Come on. It must say who the referee is. Sorry, guys. I just really want to know. I just want to get to, because I want to name and shame this terrible ref. Let's see if it's in here. Right. Come on. Who is the referee? Who was the referee? Can't believe they haven't got the name of the ref. Yeah, it say on here. It definitely say on here, guys. Let's get to it. Come on. It's fucking taking forever. Right. Yeah, Simon Hooper. That is it. Look at this guy here. This idiot. This prickhead. Added too much time. Kept going until basically Liverpool scored in that first half. Absolute shithouse, this goal. This keep calling the goalie. Referee. Absolute shithouse. And we've had some. Tim Robinson the other day. What an absolute wanker. But this guy was an absolute prick. Absolute prick. Adding on more time than should have been added on for them to score a goal. And they did in that first half. Just shows how bad these refs are. They think they're the ones, they're in the spotlight. They're the main centre of attention, and they're not. They're fucking not. And this idiot, this twat, really annoyed me especially. So no, Simon Hooper, you're an absolute bellend. You're an absolute prat, wanker. But yeah, sorry, I had to do that, guys. I had to name and shame him. Just terrible. But anyway, yes, so 2-1 at half time. Should have been, well, we should have been out of sight. We did have other chances, and just only 2-1. And but then in the second half, Igor Thiago scored yet again with a penalty. So, which helped even better. We got a penalty and he put that away in the 60th minute. And we were 3-1 up, deservedly so. And then Liverpool did get a second. It was another consolation, but I thought we deserved better than that. I thought we probably could have had at least possibly 4-0, 5-0 even. 6-0. We had so many chances and Liverpool were poor. So, yes, Mohamed Salah scored in the 89th minute, but it wasn't enough and we won 3-2. Brilliant win. So then we went back to the Carabao Cup. Tuesday, 28th of October, 2025, Carabao Cup, Grimsby Town versus Brentford. From Blundell Park, the conquerors of Man United, of course, Grimsby. We all remember that win, don't we? Beating Man United. What was it, 3-2? So we thought this could have been a difficult one. You know, we would have a really tough one against Grimsby. This wouldn't be a formality, a walk in the park. But it was actually. It was easy. It's easy as you come, really. Easy as they come. Grimsby Town 0, Bees 5. A massive win, massive victory. Matthias Jensen, 22nd minute. Keane Lewis Potter, 26. Reece Nelson, 43rd. Fabio Carvalho, 54th. And Nathan Collins, 75th. So Carvalho was still there, of course. You know, I don't think it was it this game he got injured? I know he got injured in one of them. ACL, but yeah, I think it may have been this one. But he scored again. Yeah, he scored again. So Carvalho, so that was good. Absolute dominance against Grimsby. Totally destroyed them. And we were into the next round. So it's the end of October. Then we go into November. But not great. Not good. Another London derby. Lost to Palace, though, 2-0 away at Selhurst Park. At the time, it was always going to be tricky. Crystal Palace going well, FA Cup winners, of course, and Community Shield winners, of course. Saturday, the 1st of November, 2025, Premier League. At Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace 2, Bees 0. Mateta, who was almost going to leave recently, scored in the 30th minute. Unfortunately, Nathan Collins added an own goal in the 51st. Not good at all. But yeah, again, we weren't quite at it. I don't think Palace were the better team. Yeah, 2-0 about right. So not good from us. Not good. So not a good start to November. As I say, it's inconsistent, hit and miss at times this season. When we've been very good, we've been really good and really good enough and won some good victories. And then when we've been really bad, we've been shit, we've been terrible and deserved nothing. This is probably another one of those, I would say, where we deserved nothing. And we got nothing. But then again, as I say, after that defeat, we came back to the GTEC with yet another victory. Sunday the 9th of November, 2025. At the GTEC, we beat Newcastle. Yes, we beat Newcastle 3-1. Who we're playing on Saturday, of course. So this was a really good win. We were really up for this. We were really brilliant, I think. Very good, despite going behind. I don't think we should have been behind, but we were. Harvey Barnes, 27th minute. He's had a fantastic season for Newcastle, as we all know. He's been amazing. Yes, he put them 1-0 up in the 27th. Kevin Schade equalised in the second half, 56. Well taken goal. Igor Thiago with 2 again. Yet again, Thiago, superb. Byrne was sent off, of course, in the 73rd. Yes, because, I mean, Ouattara was roasting him all through the game. Byrne's not quick, and he was doing him every time. And he gave away a penalty. It's 2 penalties, let's be honest. The other one should have been a penalty. VAR decided it wasn't, but it should have been. It should have been 2 penalties. But he gave away another penalty and was sent off. He'd already had a yellow, of course, so he was off. And yeah, deservedly so. So Thiago 78th and 95th, which was the penalty, of course, the second one. And we deservedly won 3-1 against Newcastle. We were a better team, I feel, much better. Yes, we lost. We were 1-0 down, I should say. But we come back and won it brilliantly and got, 3 goals, which we deserve. So, yeah, amazing. And so then we went on to, unfortunately, another defeat away at Brighton. Saturday, 22nd of November, 2025. Brighton 2, Brentford 1 at the Amex. No, not good. I thought, I do rate Brighton. I think they're a very good team. They're another similar model to us, like Bournemouth. Buy and sell, get rid of sometimes their best players, mainly will go, and then they still get good ones coming in. Bournemouth are the same. We're the same. We're all the same with them, with that sort of way of doing things. Yes, so Saturday, 22nd November, yes, at the Amex, we lost 2-1. Yeah, not good. And despite being 1-0 up, and again, Igor Thiago on the score sheet. Fantastic from this man. He's having a hell of a season, let's be honest. Yes, he's gone missing in some games, mainly recently. He hasn't done enough. But when all's said and done, he's been amazing. He's been incredible this season. So, yeah. So 1-0 up at half time. Welbeck made it 2-1, 71st, got them back. 1-1, I should say, in the 71st. Hinshelwood made it 2-1 in the 84th. And unfortunately, we lost. So, not great. But it was close. We didn't get smashed. We didn't get walloped. Unfortunately, though, another defeat away. And then, of course, we went back to the GTEC on Saturday, 29th of November, beating Burnley 3-1. Which was, you would feel would be par for the course, would be easy. Burnley struggling, right? In relegation, always should be easier. It didn't turn out to be that straightforward, but we did win it. Igor Thiago, yet again, on the score sheet with a double. His first in the 81st. Fleming pulled it back to 1-1, surprisingly, for Burnley in the 85th. And then Thiago made it 2-1 in the 86th. And Dango Ouattara added the third in 92nd minute. So, all good, guys. That was all good for us. Another win at home, 3-1. Then we moved into December. That didn't start well at all, did it? Losing to Arsenal at the Emirates. away. So Wednesday, 3rd of December, at the Emirates, Arsenal 2, Bees 0. And we just didn't do enough in this game. I think we went there to try and not get walloped, not get smashed. We didn't, but we lost 2-0. We didn't offer enough going forward. And we pretty much deserved it to lose 2-0, let's be honest. Easy for Arsenal. They couldn't even get into first gear really. He was second or third gear. They were in neutral, and it was just too easy. Arsenal 2, Bees 0. Marino 11th and Saka 91st. And this was when I was really starting to question Keith Andrews even more. Why is he here? Why is he our manager? This is not good enough. He's a novice. Why did we get him in? Why did we get him as manager? And then it was even worse against Tottenham. To go against our old manager, who I thought we had a great chance against the Spurs. I never thought they'd been that special this season. Saturday, 6th of December, we went to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and lost 2-0. But as I say, I didn't think they were that great. Yes, they've been great in the Champions League, in Europe. They've been amazing. But Frank, they've been poor in the Premier at times. They've been terrible. And I really thought this was an ideal opportunity to beat them. But no. Another poor, disgraceful performance. And but for Kelleher, they would have had more. They would have had more than 2. It was 2-0. Richarlison, I hate with a passion that guy. He's an absolute wanker. Absolute shithouse. Scored in the 25th minute. And a very good player, Xavi Simons, I rate, looks very good. Scored the second in the 43rd. And they deserved that. They should have had more, let's be honest. And I was embarrassed for this, that we done this in front of our ex-manager. No, it wasn't great. And I really was on a bit of a rant. I wasn't happy. I was questioning Keith Andrews. No, that wasn't great. And then we went back to the GTEC on Sunday, the 14th of December, against Leeds. And you would think Leeds, we should be beating Leeds. Why aren't we beating Leeds? Although Leeds are done well. Let's be honest, they are actually very good. Okay, they were walloped the other day by Arsenal. Annihilated 4-0. But I think they've been a very good team. Farker's done pretty well there. So Sunday, 14th of December at the GTEC, we drew with Leeds 1-1, which, again, to be honest, Leeds were probably the better team. I've got to admit. I think they were probably the better team. But somehow, we got a draw, and actually being 1-0 up as well. We were 1-0 up through Jordan Henderson in the 70th minute. His only goal so far this season. But was it, I suppose, fairly important in the end? Because if we hadn't scored, I think we would have lost. So Calvert-Lewin equalised in the 82nd minute, well deserved for Leeds. But it was a point. We'd still only lost one at home, and that was good enough. But then, of course, we went to the Carabao Cup, and we were knocked out by Man City. Probably a second string, really, Man City. Let's be honest. Wednesday, 17th of December. Carabao Cup at the Etihad. Sorry, I shouldn't disrespect them, but I call it the Etihad, which it can be. But I'll call it the Etihad. Yes, because we still lost, so I can't disrespect them, let's be honest. Yeah. We had made 6 changes, of course. But, you know, they were pretty much a reserve. But they still had an amazing squad and team, didn't they, to call on? Whereas we haven't got that. And still their second best was still good enough to beat us. And that Ryan Cherky, what a goal he scored in the 32nd minute. Savinio 67th. We never recovered. We never looked likely to score. We were, well, I think maybe going there to try and not get walloped either, not get smashed. But we were toothless, absolutely toothless. You know, stingless, you could say, again. And that was another disappointing thing. We went out in the Carabao Cup. We went out there, quarterfinals. So, not great. Another decent one in the Carabao Cup, but ends up with us not getting anywhere, not getting to Wembley. And that's not good enough. Saturday, 20th of December, away to Wolves and beat them 2-0 at Molyneux. And they were the bottom team, still are the bottom team. Hadn't got a win all season. I sort of fretted that would we be the team they beat to get their first win. Thankfully, we weren't. Thankfully, we beat them. I just knew, oh look, it's Brentford. We're going to lose against the bottom team who haven't won all season. So I was really sort of worried about this, but I didn't need to be worried. And Lewis Potter came up with a double, brilliant from him, 63rd and 83rd minutes with his first, I think, no, first 2 goals of the season, his first goals of the season there. Give us a 2-0 win. So great, that's good, that's brilliant. We ended December pretty well because we beat Bournemouth again. Thrashed Bournemouth, in fact. Saturday, 27th December. At the GTEC, back at the GTEC. And we thrashed, annihilated Bournemouth, which I'm even more happier with. We destroyed them. And it's another up yours to Bournemouth, another kick in the nuts. For Bournemouth, thinking they're better than us. They're thinking they're pros, they're experts saying we're going to go down. But no, we destroyed them. Kevin Sharder, brilliant in this game. Absolute, when he's at his best, when he's very best. He will destroy teams. He will be. When he turns up, and he really does turn up and do things and scores, that's it. And he done that here at the GTEC. Scoring his first in the 7th. He got a hat-trick, of course, but his first goal in the 7th minute. Petrovic own goal, made it 2-0 in the 39th. In the second half, Sharder got his second and Brentford's third in the 51st. Looked like we possibly could have gone on to like 4-5-0, 6-0 even. I thought that's what it could be. But then Bournemouth got a consolation goal. They got a goal back through Semenyo in the 75th. What a player. Now with Man City, of course. But Sharder got his hat-trick. Wasn't to be denied in the 96th minute. Brilliant hat-trick from him. All was good. We finished December very well. A great end to the year. And then we started this year in January. We started January, 1st of January, New Year's Day, of course, in the Premier League with a 0-0 draw against Tottenham. back at the G-Tech again, back there at home. So, yes, I was hoping we'd get revenge. We could beat Spurs after they beat us 2-0 at their ground. But I was disappointed with this game. I really was disappointed. Neither team, I think, looked great, really wanted it enough. Both happy to settle for a 0-0 and didn't do enough in the game. And this was probably the right result, the right scoreline, 0-0. So, but at least we didn't lose. We lost once to Thomas and we didn't lose a second time. So, all good in that respect. But we could forget that one, it was poor. But, after that, we went away to Everton, the Hill Dickinson Stadium. First time we've been there. Sunday, 4th of January. Hill Dickinson Stadium, Everton 2, Bees 4. 4-2 to the Bees, Brilliant. Absolutely incredible. It was disappointing to concede a couple, but I thought we were amazing in this game. Absolutely incredible. All over Everton most of the time. And Thiago, of course, got a hat-trick, which was even better. First hat-trick for the Bees. Thiago, of course, got his first goal in the 11th. He got his first goal in the 11th minute. And then it was 1-0 at half-time. Into the second half, Collins made it 2-0 in the 50th. Thiago got his second in the 51st to make it 3. But Beto pulled it back to 3-1 in the 66. Before Thiago made it 4-1 with his hat-trick in the 88th. Brilliant from him. Superb. Then again, Everton got another consolation in the 91st from Barry. But a fine win, 4-2. Deserved it. We absolutely deserved that. Shouldn't really have conceded 2, but hey, brilliant win, dominant, 4-2. And then an even better one against Sunderland, 3-0. Again at the G-Tech. 3-0. Against Sunderland. Very good. The G-Tech, after losing 2-1 against them away. Yes, they missed a penalty as well through the Fay with a stupid little cheeky, cocky, arrogant Panenka. He tried to chip down the middle and Canada just stayed down and took it, just grabbed it like that. So, they could have had a goal. But no, we deserved this. I thought we were amazing yet again in this game. Another double from Igor Thiago. Took his season there to 15, 16 altogether with that in the Carabao Cup. That goal as well. Amazing. Igor Thiago, 30th. Then his second in the second half, 65th. And Yamonia with his first ever goal for the Bees in the 73rd minute. I'm so happy for that young man. Amazing. Incredible to get his first ever goal, which he deserved. But a well-deserved victory for us. It really was. We deserved this, 3-0. Wednesday, 7th of January. So it was going pretty well that start of January, let's be honest. Was pretty good. And then the FA Cup. We had the FA Cup Saturday, 10th of January, 2026. FA Cup third round. Sheffield Wednesday 0 at Hillsborough. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Bees 2. That was comfortable, very, very comfortable. We could have had more. We could have had loads more. Reece Nelson hit the bar. I think Lewis Potter hit the bar as well. Lewis Potter scored, of course, 27th minute penalty. Matthias Jensen got the second in the 64th. Very comfortable. Very, very comfortable. To get through, the only thing is we found out we had Macclesfield, the conquerors of Crystal Palace, in the 4th round. So that wasn't great to learn that. Could be tough. Then Saturday, 17th of January, we come in pretty much right up to date, almost now. Yes, Saturday, 17th of January, 2026. Went to Stamford Bridge, Chelsea, lost 2-0. With a new manager they have, of course, Liam Rossini. And no, I mean, the fact is the performance was great. The performance was absolutely brilliant. But we didn't score. That was the problem. We had so many chances. We could not score. They took 2 chances to have and scored both. There were only 2 chances. They scored both. That's how bad we can be. And that's how bad our defence can be at times. That just was not good enough. Amazing performance, yes. Yes, we yes, it was brilliant, but we still lost. And that's the problem. The score sheet says 2-0 Chelsea. João Pedro 26. And Cole Palmer, 76 minute. Fucking Cole Palmer, bloody hell, that was a while ago, wasn't it? No, Cole Palmer, 76. So no, this was bad. After a very good performance, but the actual defence was terrible. Our defending was terrible, atrocious. And that's what our problem has been, our defence at time. But we've got nobody else. We're not covering, we're not getting anyone in for, say, like Collins or anyone, or Vandenberg when they've been poor, or even Ayer. There's nobody different coming in. So we keep playing these defenders that have been poor. And it was the same again. We went Sunday, 25th of January, 2026. We went back to the GTEC to play Nottingham Forest, who anyone would think we should be beating. Right down there, in trouble. Yes, it's Sean Dyche. Yes, it's Dyche. But Forest are right fucking down there. At the GTEC, we lost 2-0. Our second defeat at home. And again, our defence was found wanting. Yes, they parked the bus as well, Forest. We knew they would. Sean Dyche all day long parking the bus. But yeah, we couldn't find a way through, and that's the story again. We couldn't find a way through. Our defence was suspect again, very suspect. Igor Jesus, 12th minute, got away from Collins too easily and inside the area and volleyed it in. Awonyi, 80th minute, got through our defence. Three? We had, I think it was 1 against 3 even, something like that. Yet he still got through. They fell down like a pack of cards. He got through easily and made it 2-0 in the 80th minute. No, that's not good enough. Not good enough. It's pathetic, absolutely pathetic. And we deserve to lose it. You know, 2-0. And at home now, it's not good. That's not great. It's terrible. Our second defeat at home of the season. So now we went into February, of course, and right up to date now. Sunday, the 1st of February. Not many, only a few days ago, as we remember, Sunday, you know, Villa Park. Villa 0, Bees 1. And that, you know, we're right up to date here. But that showed what great defensive display we can do. How we can defend. And yet you see that against Forest, against Chelsea, whatever, how our defence dissolves, it goes, it disintegrates. And yet we can defend like that at Villa Park. Sunday, 1st of February at Villa Park. We got a 1-0 win with 10 men. That is how you can defend. But we just don't do it enough. We just don't do it. We disintegrate too much at the back. There is still something wrong, a mentality or something lacking at the back. And that's why we have lost at times. We've lost. And, you know, it just hasn't been good enough. I don't think Andrews has always done enough to rectify it either. I really don't at times. And that's why I'm still questioning him. As good as he is, and yes, I know, Warren, you're back. I see you in the live chat. You really pushed me, probed me about it all yesterday with Andrews. And you're pretty much right about all that. And why I'm still going to question him, why he's a rookie manager, and why we're still inconsistent. But when you can get a result like this, nobody thought would happen. I never thought this would happen. I had 3-1 Villa for this game. That's what I had. That's how much confidence I had, how much faith in our team. I had 3-1 Villa. And yet, we pulled a fucking rabbit out of a hat yet again to somehow get a 1-0 victory with 10 men. And another shit referee, pathetic referee, absolute wanker homer of a referee in Tim Robinson. Somehow we got a 1-0. Are you still going? Yeah. Well, I take it you mean I'm still doing the stream. Yeah. It's still going, mate. Yeah, Warren. Yeah, buddy, it's going. And I will be going very soon, though, because I've been going too long with this, to be honest. It's 2 hours 30, 2 hours 27. So I will be going as soon as I finish this bit. Brilliant, you legends. Yeah, cheers, fella. Brilliant. Thanks, mate. But yeah, this is what we can do. Ouattara got the only goal, the important goal in injury time in the 47th minute. Of course, we had Kevin Schade sent off before that, which was the 42nd. I think it's 42nd minute. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you know, whatever you say, he should have been sent off. It was right. He did stamp in the guy's bollocks. That Cash, I can't stand that Cash. He's an absolute wanker, absolute shithouse bastard of a play actor and so forth. But yeah, he did stamp in his nads, in his bollocks. But the guy was rolling around, had more rolls than fucking Greg's, I tell you, what he was doing there. And no, it wasn't right, but yes, he had to be sent off because he did something stupid, and that's the reason, and he had to go. But that referee was giving them every decision going all this game, and somehow we managed to get this decision, the VAR, disallowing the goal because they were back in it at 1-1 in the second half. But the ball had gone out of play. It had gone out of play. It would have been our throwing. VAR went back all that way to say yes. And that was the right decision. It was the right decision. The ball had gone out. It was definitely out and our throwing. Right down near our corner flag. So yes, we got something good in the end. We got something right there. And the decision, that referee wasn't going to give us anything, but VAR did. Yes, that referee was an absolute arsehole, absolute prick. Tim Robinson, an absolute homer of a referee. But we still got to win. And we're happy about that. To beat Villa 3 times, we've beaten this season 3 times. We've come out on top against them. Who'd have thought, Who'd have thought? But that's the story of our season now. That's what's happened. And it's gone on a long time. I didn't hoping I wouldn't be going quite this long. But it's 2 hours 30. But I had to get all this in. I've been meaning to do this. I tried to do it last year, of course, and it didn't quite go well, good enough. At times, I've still cocked it up a little bit, this one. But I had to get this out. I had to get this out and talk about, the bees, how they were going. Was the ref saying, "Goal"? Yeah. I don't know about the ref. What I was saying about the ref wasn't that. Absolute arsehole, that referee. And we do get them, let's be honest. We have got a few around, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't know. It's been good. I mean, it's been yet up and down this season. Let's be honest. It's still a little way to go. We got Newcastle next away at St James on Saturday. And then, of course, Arsenal at the G-Tech. And Macclesfield in the FA Cup. Who knows what we're going to do out of those? Would we get... I think it's possible we can beat Newcastle. I really do. I think that is very possible. Against Arsenal, I think we'll probably lose, even at the G-Tech, because they're somehow shithouse their way to a win, a boring, dull, victory 2-1 or whatever, 1-0 or whatever. It's going to be that they're going to win it. And that fucking German giraffe is back, don't forget. So now he's going to fucking score against us again, isn't he? He scored against Chelsea, didn't he, yesterday? So that winner there, the only goal. So I'm not looking forward to it, really. I just know somehow we'll probably lose. I'd love us to beat Arsenal. I'd fucking love it. I know I'm doing the Kevin Keegan. We're saying I'd love it, but I really would. I really would love it if we could beat them. We beat them 2-0 in our first game when we come up. Yeah, but that's too long ago. That was so long ago, and it's about time we done it against them again, But, I'm happy with the way it's going in a way. 7th. We were 5th at one stage. And from a poor start to the season, which it was really with that first game, we are actually higher than we should be. Many people will think we should be, A lot of people saying we're relegation strugglers. And I never thought that at all. Even with this Keith Andrews now, I never thought we were relegation strugglers. we got too many good players here, too many decent players in this club, in this team, to be down there. And, that is the case. But we're still not there. We are not at that level. I kept saying this yesterday. We're still not at that level, that next step, next run up the ladder. We're not there yet. And until we are, this is going to be the way it'll be. And as you said, Warren, I know if you're still in the live chat, you kept saying it. We're going to keep hitting these bumps in the road, the brick walls. It's going to be inconsistent under this manager, which it will be. So, we could finish in the top 10. We could get Europe. Equally, we probably finish bottom half, almost mid-table. But we'll still be in the Premier. We'll still be in the Premier. So, for me, that's good enough. But, it's his first season. And if he doesn't move on, improve on this next season, I'll want him out. And, I want to see us get more players in. I thought we was going to get a few players in this window, this January transfer window, the winter one. I thought we would. We only ended up getting one player, and we haven't played him yet. Young player, Kaya Furo. We've probably got him for the future, if anything, to be honest. But, well, anyway, that's it, guys. I'm going to bounce, but that has been the way it's gone, our season so far. And obviously, at the end of this season, I do an actual review and see how we finish, what happens. If we finish in Europe, fair enough, great. If we don't, we're still in the Premier. I can still say it's good. It's been a decent season. But yeah, there's still so many times we can say we've been disappointed that we haven't kicked on. We haven't made the most of things. But anyway, follow me on Insta, Mr. B for Life 182. Subscribe to Mr. B, Highland Football Chat. And keep smashing those likes. Keep subbing. If you're new, guys, many thanks. I haven't had as many in here as I did yesterday. I don't know what's happened. I've only really had, I think, Warren in there. I did have David earlier. And Harry. JP. It was JP. Or J Tapia. And some Pratt, wanker. I had to remove. But anyway, thanks people that have been watching live or on playback. Thanks to the people in the live chat. As I say, keep those subs going up. I was on 208 the last I saw. Hopefully it'll keep going up. Hopefully the likes will go back up again as well. I'm not sure if I've had many views on this one so far, but hopefully it'll go up again. It's been a long one, a long stream. So I'm going to go, guys. It's 2 hours 38. With that, I'm going to go. I'm going to get out of here. Going to get something to eat. Going to watch the football. Man City and Newcastle tonight. Should be a good one. Carabao Cup. Cool semi-final. Who's going to be playing Arsenal in the final? I think City. I can't see Newcastle coming back. They're 2-0 down. I can't really see that at the Etihad. No, I don't think so. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce, and thanks everyone once again. I'm out of here. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Cheers, guys. 209. Oh, brilliant. With that, I'm going anyway. Brilliant.